Today on the channel, a rivalry renewed in Jack's Class Superstars Series 22 with Mr. McMahon and Stone Cold Steve Austin.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Jack's Classic Superstars unboxing and review. And today, we're taking a look at Jack's Class Superstars Series 22, Vince McMahon and Stone Cold Steve Austin. But remember, for all your modern day wrestling figure needs, to hit up Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle to save yourself 10%. But today, we're into Series 22 from the Classic Superstars Singles Series, and I figured these two fit together like peanut butter and jelly, some might say, as it is Vince McMahon, it is Steve Austin. Of course, one of the greatest wrestling rivalries of all time, and two slam dunk figures in the Jack's Classic Superstars line, even after all these years. And of course, we're going to do this review kinda like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. Not going to unbox it. I already have both these guys loose, so we'll pretend, and we'll take a look at Vince McMahon and Stone Cold out of the package and see what all the fuss is about. So without further ado, we better start with the boss. Let's start with old Vince McMahon first. Vincent Kennedy McMahon, of course, we all know him, unless you're a brand new wrestling fan. If you're a brand new fan in the last month or so, you're like, who's this Vince McMahon guy everybody's been talking about? Never heard of this guy. But we could see some of that happening. And I guess I should say, hey, depends when you see this video, as this is early Patreon content. We're about a month removed when I'm filming this from when Vince is gone from the WWE. But once you guys on traditional YouTube see this, you might be of 2023 by now. Who knows? But for you guys, Patreon guys, you get that joke, I guess. But here's Vince in package. Of course, the traditional Classic Superstars packaging. Got the Series 22 up there in blue. A very good wrestling Vince McMahon. This is a top Vince McMahon figure. Some could very easily argue this is the greatest Vince McMahon figure of all time, and I couldn't argue with somebody. It is a tremendous Vince McMahon. Looks just like him. Perfect head sculpt, perfect body sculpt. Everything looks good here. Of course, just a fabulous Vince. He's got his microphone there. There he is, a little glamour shot on the side. Of course, Mr. McMahon on that side. On the back, we got the big cross sell. Of course, we're going to unbox all these guys on the channel. We're going to be talking about them. Make sure you subscribe. You don't want to miss a Jack's Classic Superstars video every single Tuesday and much earlier on the Patreon, as I always say. So you got the cross sell, you got UPCs, you got the warnings, got the tail of the tape, got the old blurb, and we got the glamour shot of Vince. Let's see what it says about our old buddy Vince McMahon here. Weight 240 pounds, 6'2". Titles, Chairman of the WWE, WWE Champion, and Royal Rumble winner. And that is very, very true there. Looking good. On the back of the package, very interesting to note, they have him with black hair, where the actual final figure we have here is gray-haired. So there is some differences, of course. But besides that, everything else looks to be pretty much the same. Oh, he does have a fisted hand. He's missing the fisted hand. Two gripping hands on this one. So interesting from the prototype to finished production to see the differences there in the classic line all the time. But of course, I got Vince McMahon right over here with me. Of course, he does have the black microphone. No stranger to this. We've seen it many times over many different Jack's lines over the years. Looks really good. I'm here for that all day long. Can never have enough microphones, I guess. But then we get Vince. His only other accessories be the two elbow pads here, but of course he's got his kind of top, kind of his weightlifting top, I guess we'd call it. Like a T-top, is that what they're called? And then the black jeans, the black boots, back in black, as we all know Vince McMahon, favorite band? AC/DC. There you go, the more you know. But a tremendous, possibly one of the greatest head sculpts in a wrestling figure line of all time. I would put this Vince McMahon right up there. Tremendous, tremendous detail on this Vince. This is like a 15-year-old product. It's amazing how it still holds up to this day. Just absolutely fabulous here. He does have two gripping hands, the two elbow pads, of course. Articulation going to be the same for both these guys. Going to walk through it quick on Vince McMahon. You got the head side to side, a little bit of up and down. Arms all the way around, of course. Bicep cut, single jointed elbows. Wrists back and forth, side to side. Waist articulation. Of course, legs that go up about that far, not a ton. Back about the same. Single jointed at the knee. Ankles back and forth, up and down. That's all you needed in the Classic Superstars days. But an absolute fabulous figure. Like I keep saying, this is one of the best classic superstar figures of all time. Yes, I said it. A fabulous, fabulous Vince McMahon. You can do no wrong having that in your collection. And I can see some people, and I know it's happened in the past, grabbing a Mattel. They like the Elite articulation, of course, but swapping this head over to a Vince McMahon figure because it is that good. So there it is. There's Mr. McMahon from Series 22. Now we got to turn it over to one of, I would say, his worst enemy of all time in the wrestling ring would be Stone Cold Steve Austin. So let's take a look at old Stone Cold. Of course, this is Stone Cold in the more traditional black outfit, the black attire, where we got the red vest prior. Now we're finally getting him in the one I think most people think of when they think of Stone Cold coming to the ring in a vest. It's the black one for sure. But it is Stone Cold, one of the favorites of the classic line, one of the favorites of the Jakks era. And there he is, got a Smoking Skull title belt as well as his vest, looking really good. There he is on the side, a little glamour shot. And then Stone Cold Steve Austin on the side. And then here we are on the back here, Stone Cold. You got the cross sell like I talked about, UPC's warnings, tail of the tape, the blurb, the glamour shot. It's all there. Let's see what it says about old Stone Cold Steve Austin. Weight, 255 pounds, 6'2", finishing move, the Stone Cold Stunner. Titles, WWE Champion, WWE Intercontinental Champion, Royal Rumble winner, King of the Ring, United States Champion, World Tag Team Champion, and WCW Tag Team Champion. Of course, a Hall of Fame wrestler, as we all know. And like I said, I do have this loose right over here. Now, we do get the Smoking Skull title belt. A lot of people love this belt. Makes sense to me. It's a good one. However, it could use some details. We did get that famous, one of the most famous wrestling figures of the last 20 years, I would say. Actually, probably 25, 30 years, let's say. The Deluxe Aggression Stone Cold, where it shows all of his belts, his Hall of Fame plaque, everything in there, all the bells and whistles. A fabulous pack. It was a ringside collectible exclusive. Back in the day, I did pick it up when it first was released, so I paid retail for it. Unfortunately, there was no discount code Kyle back then, so I didn't get a save 10%, but I was just happy to have that Stone Cold in my collection. But we do get the Smoking Skull belt. We don't get that a whole lot in the line, of course. Then you get Stone Cold here. We talked about he does get the vest with this. Got to have that Stone Cold vest. But then you get the two new knee braces, two knee pads here. And then the articulation going to be the exact same as we saw with Vince McMahon. Of course, you got Stone Cold on the back of the jacket, or I should say vest. You got Austin. You got the skull. You got 316. Looking really good on this Stone Cold here. Looking really, really good. Once again, a tremendous head sculpt. You know all day long this is Stone Cold Steve Austin. Just an absolute fabulous, fabulous figure here. Very, very cool. You can square him up with Vince McMahon. They're both 6'2", and man, they line up perfectly. One of the greatest feuds of the 90s relit right here at the table is what we got going on there. But absolutely awesome. Two great representatives in the classic superstar line. You got to have both of these guys in your collection, especially the Vince. If gun to my head, picking between the two, I'm taking this Vince, as I absolutely love this figure. It is absolutely fabulous. But what say you guys out there in Jakks Classic Superstars land in YouTube? Where do you sit on these two? Pass? Pick them up? Two of the best figures you've ever seen? Let me know in the comments down below. And of course, don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell. We got videos every single day and then some, as you guys know by now. And then, of course, don't forget about the Patreon. Link in the description below. Early access to videos like this. We're talking like 6 months early in some instances, maybe even longer before it's all said and done. But early access to videos, bonus content, exclusive content, special videos. There's a lot going on over there at the Patreon. We also got monthly giveaways. And of course, it is the best way to support the channel. You can also support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. And don't forget about social media, SirPaul64 on Twitter and Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. So for Stone Cold Steve Austin and Mr. McMahon, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.